My name is Jennifer Ikoroje. I am the financial secretary here at NIDOA Calgary. And with me today is Charles Osuji, who is a young lawyer who was recently nominated for the Immigrant of Distinction Achievement Under 35 Awards. He is also the owner and managing partner of Osuji and Smith Lawyers, which was also recently rated one of the best employment law firms in Calgary. So thank you so much, Charles, for being here with me today.
Thanks for having me.
And actually, thank you for letting us use your beautiful home for this interview.
Thank you.
So we're just going to jump right in. Can you just tell us a little bit about yourself? What do you do and who are you?
My name is Charles Osuji. I'm originally from Nigeria. I'm a lawyer. And I immigrated to Canada in 2011. And I was called to the bar in 2014. And in 2016, I became a partner in the firm that where I articled as a student. Mm-hmm. And a few months later, I brought out my partner. So I'm the owner and managing partner of Osuji and Smith Lawyers.
Oh, wow. So within pretty much a 4-year period, you articled, you got called to the Canadian bar, and then you brought up your partner.
Yes.
That's really intense, I would say.
Thank you.
So let's just get to know you a little bit better. So let's talk about some of the struggles that you faced, right? Because I'm pretty sure you moved to Canada in 2011, right? That's when you landed. And you didn't start articling until 2013. So that was a 2-year gap.
Yes.
Was that a choice to not start right away, or were you not able to, like, what were the struggles in between when you landed? And
I was fortunate that I had support from my family when I landed. Okay. So I didn't have to, go to the Monster Seed downtown to find a place to live. I had my sister, Agatha Osuji, I had my brother, and Joseph Osuji. I had my other brother, Chidi Osuji. So these folks helped me at that early stage in the first few months. Okay. Then afterwards, I had to look after myself. I had to hustle. I had to work in factories, warehouses, and I tell my friends that in 1 year I had over 10 T4s. But it was a good experience in the sense that I'm grateful for what I have now because I know how it was. Mm-hmm. And those experiences built me up as well. Mm-hmm. I was able to know a lot of things about Calgary, about the work culture, about how to survive because of those experiences. And after my articles, the challenges kind of took a different form. Right. The challenge is you have an accent, you're a minority, and you are a lawyer. Right? How do you not be conscious of all of this reality and still provide good services to your clients? So again, that comes mentorship. Whenever I had issues with work, culture, and all of that, I would reach out to my mentor and seek advice. Mm-hmm. I also benefited a lot from my partner, Mr. Smith. Mr. Smith gave me an opportunity to article in his firm when he didn't even know my law school, he didn't even know my grades. He just gave me a shot, and I took advantage of that. Another challenge I faced took a different form when I took over the practice in 2017, just barely a year ago. Okay. I went from looking after myself as an associate to owning a firm that had been in practice for over 38 years.
That would be a lot of pressure. Hey?
Yes, I'm managing more than 5 lawyers and supposed to have, the overhead, the administrative part of things. Mm-hmm. All of that coupled with the fact that I was still providing legal services to my client, right? So that challenge took a different form. Mm-hmm. It became more intense. I worked every day, and I still do to an extent. And I ensured that the fact that I was running a business would not interfere with the quality of services I was providing to my client.
Mm-hmm. Okay. So that's very interesting because, here you are, a Nigerian immigrant about to take over a firm that has been in practice for 38 years. Now, that's an entrepreneurial spirit, right? Is that something that have you just always known that you're going to be in business, or is it something that it just sort of happened while you were watching?
I just realized that I had that in me 2 years into practice.
2 years into
Yes.
practice, wow.
2 years into practice. Sometimes, as an entrepreneur, you wouldn't really dream about being an entrepreneur from when you were born. Sometimes things happen and you realize that you have it in you. So 2 years into practice, I was more or less on my own, though working for him. And I realized that I could do this. I could take this risk. And I have a lot of good people in my life. So that helps.
Okay.
I have my siblings, I have Jim, I have my mentors. So having good people in your life is also helpful. If you want to take a risk,
Right.
the kind of risk that I took. So those were the guys that were telling me, Charles, you can do this. We stand by you. You are born to do this. You can take care of this firm.
Right.
You can take care of your staff. You're hardworking. And I already had the core work ethics that I needed that would sustain the kind of risk I was taking. Right? Back when I was living with my brother as young as 7, I had 2 choices. Either I was reading, I was sleeping. As young as 7.
Oh, wow.
Though I hated him at that point, but I bless him for what he did for me. So I developed that discipline from a very early age. I am not easily distracted. I tend to be very focused. So all of those soft and hard skills were developed right from get-go. And those were the skills that have sustained my entrepreneurial quest, so to speak, so far.
Do you believe that entrepreneurship is something that people are born with, or is it something that is more or less like a skill that can be developed over time?
Both. You could be born with it and you mess it up. You may not be born with it and you still acquire the skills to sustain it, right? I was at a seminar a few weeks ago and they asked me what sustains my practice or my entrepreneurship. Is it passion or necessity? And I said, passion starts the fire, but necessity sustains the fire, right? In the sense that you have to be passionate about what you do.
Right.
You must love, if you're a lawyer, you must love the practice of law. You must love the fact that you're helping people go through the darkest moments of their life. That is passion. But necessity is what sustains the passion and what you do. When I took over, I remember not sleeping well at night for the first month.
Bet, yeah.
Because I needed to make sure that there was money in the account to take care of the monthly overhead, especially my staff wages and all of that. That was necessity. That was what kept me going. That was what kept me working 7 days a week without even feeling it. And so necessity plays a more significant role than passion. So some people could be born with entrepreneurial skills, but do not have the support group they need,
Right.
or they don't have the education they need. They do not have the good experience or other qualities that they need to sustain those skills.
Okay. In your opinion, what do you think the main pitfalls to business success as a Nigerian immigrant?
Fear. Fear. I could have easily decided to simply be an associate in the firm and not take on the risk of owning the building, the
Right.
practice, and being responsible for this number of staff, because I was young, I'm a minority, and all of I had all the excuses in the book not to take that plunge. But I took on the risk, and so far so good. In the last 1 year that I've taken over the firm, we've more or less tripled our profits. And not just that, because that's not the focus. The client satisfaction has, skyrocketed. People feel that we know what we're doing. We have almost 100% positive Google reviews, and more work is coming. And I tell people the best marketing strategy is good work. Do good work.
Of course.
It doesn't matter what you sound like or what you look like. Just do good work and people will refer you out. People
Right.
will get more business to you. They feel morally obligated to get business to you. So that has been the focus of our practice, Osuji and Smith, for the last 1 year. Do good work for the client.
Wow.
And we've started benefiting from started reaping the fruit of that good work and all of that. So we are doing okay. I am grateful again for the kind of people I have in my life. They made sure that I didn't succumb to fear.
Right.
And I was able to take the step that I took.
So having a great support system then is
Yes.
the best
Yes.
for
And taking on risks.
taking on risks.
Yes.
Because that would be something that may be tough, especially for a Nigerian immigrant, right? Because you're thinking, oh, I just moved here. I don't want to overdo. I don't want to do too much that would, cause too much stress on yourself, right? So people would tend to stick with what they're comfortable with, is just going to work in a big company, get a steady 2-week paycheck, right?
Yes.
So you're saying that having a great support system that will help you overcome that fear,
Yes.
would be the best thing for Nigerian immigrants. Okay.
Absolutely, because most times the fear is not real.
Interesting. So let's shift gears here a little bit. Now you're in Calgary. How do you stay active within the Nigerian community?
I have made it a personal goal to support the Nigerian community.
Okay.
So I constantly sponsor the Igbo Cultural Association of Calgary.
Okay.
I also sponsor the Nigerian Association of Calgary. I also sponsor the NIDOA Association. I have benefited so much from these organizations. I remember volunteering with the ICAC, the Igbo Cultural Association of Calgary, for 2 years, and I met a lot of wonderful people. And these people provided me with so much support, So I made it a personal goal to support them. Because what I find is sometimes some people come here and they say, you know what, I don't want to get involved with the Nigerian community.
Yeah.
This is why I'm running away from Nigeria.
Exactly.
I can't run from fire to frying pan.
Yeah.
There's a flaw in that, in the sense that when you come here from a different country, the very first foundational connection that you make will be your immediate community. That connection is very vital. When you land from Nigeria and land in Calgary, you are less likely going to be able to talk to the CEO of Sunco.
Right.
Very, very,
Absolutely.
It's going to be very improbable.
Yeah.
But if you connect with a Nigerian engineer that has probably practiced for 50, 20 years, who knows another person that knows another
Absolutely.
person that knows the CEO
Right.
of Sunco,
It's all about connection.
you have the ability to meet with this person, right? Because it's easier connecting with someone that speaks your language, someone that understands the socioeconomic reality back in Nigeria. So the connection is easier. So why don't you focus on striking those connections as quickly as possible as you land? Then from there you branch out. So I don't subscribe to avoiding any sort of association with Nigerians because they're coming from Nigeria.
Right.
That is actually counterintuitive.
Right, absolutely. I mean, at NIDOA, that's one of the things that we're very, very, very strongly inclined to do, is to link up and connect professionals in Calgary. So we even currently have something called the NEIP, which is a NIDOA Entrepreneurship and Innovation Program. Pretty much it just is an initiative that helps budding entrepreneurs in Calgary. So that's sort of the thing that NIDOA stands for, right? Is helping to build those connections. Because you're right, most Nigerians don't want to, even come and interact with other Nigerians in these Nigerian organizations because they assume that it's just party, and they gain nothing, right? But organizations like NIDOA would benefit them in that regard.
I agree.
And you're a part of NIDO, right?
Yes. I've attended the most of the seminars. In fact, there's one coming up on November 3rd, entrepreneurship
The workshop, right?
and I'll be speaking about setting up your corporation or your company or your business.
That's great.
The legal implications and what you need to do so they don't face a $30,000-$40,000 lawsuit
Right.
three months into running your business. Yeah, so
good.
it's quite a good platform for Nigerians, especially Nigerians that are new in Calgary,
Right.
that want to understand how things are run and how things go. So it's a good initiative.